activate them to do something effectively. And you got to keep in mind two truisms. One, as Tip O'Neill so astutely put it, all politics is local. Secondly, the vast majority of politicians on the left, right, and center are really political prostitutes. They're not ideologues at all. And if they think that we're strong enough to help them or hurt them worse than the other side or more than the other side, and that's usually the news media, they will then pander to us. And we've proved this all over the country. We have 30 members in the state legislature in Mississippi. We have elected officials and people running for office, for judges and so forth, that are openly avowed CFCC members. And eventually it will come to this, because the people have to find a way to express their ideas at the political level. Just us knowing about it isn't adequate enough. We cannot duplicate the effort that Jared's doing, which is the finest in the country as far as informing people about racial issues. But you have to take the bold step forward, we hope, and realize you've got to be organized, particularly at the local level, to make your voices effectively heard. Since everybody's talking about Sam Francis, bless his heart, was one of my closest friends. He was on our board of directors executive committee, and his last act in November, he set up a committee in the CFCC to draw up a statement of principles, which we had never had before. If you read our brochure, and you can receive these back in the corner there for free, he helped write most of that, but he drew up a statement of principles, and just a couple of weeks before he passed away, he had sent this out to his committee, and it was so great that when he passed away, his vice chairman, Professor Brent Nelson from the University of Arkansas, put a halt to it there and said, we're not going to change it one iota, we're going to put it out exactly as Sam promulgated it. So if you want to read the last words he wrote, it's in the Statement of Principles. That was authored entirely by Sam Francis. We will miss him. He was the greatest writer, I think, on the right. Certainly a columnist, there was no peer. Even people like Pat Buchanan were just shadows of Sam Francis, and he was well recognized. Pat Buchanan used to have lunch with him virtually every week and looked up to him as his intellectual superior, which he is, and even today. And so anyway, if you would like to see what you can do to help carry this on in your state or join with a local group, get our Citizens Informer newspaper. One of the young men that Sam was grooming to help him, he was editor of our newspaper, the Citizens Informer, was Joel Lefebvre, who was one of the working at the desk here. The night before he had his heart attack and went to the hospital, he was meeting with Joel and Joyce, and he called them and had to break it because he was feeling bad. Well, he was really feeling bad. The next day he had a massive heart attack when he drove himself in a snowstorm to the hospital. And so anyway, Joel Lefebvre is carrying on his work with the newspaper. And for the last year, it's a quarterly, which all the members receive as part of their membership, and he's doing a superb job with it. But we would like to humbly invite you to consider activism, and we think that we've got a good thing going, and we would be proud to have you as part of it. Thank you very much.
Lou is a retired San Francisco police officer and has an activist organization in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I admire Lou a great deal. I'm one of these people who generally just sits in a room and stares at a screen and types at a keyboard. Lou is one of those people who gets out and does things, and I have the profoundest admiration for people like Lou and for like Gordon Baum, who actually get out and make things happen.
Wow, a bunch of European Americans. Woo! I got a couple applications over at my table. Anyway, I'll just do this simply as I usually do. I'm a simple person. I'm a meat and potatoes type operator out in the field. I am one of the few, I think, and I don't mean to insult anybody else, but I am really one of the few that has been very active in government, local governments. And I get involved all the time with police departments and city councils, city governments, human rights commissions, and so forth, filing complaints with the U.S. Department of Education and good God knows what else. In the last 2 months, I've been having such fun, I can't believe it. The University of Colorado is into full speed ahead diversity programs. And the president was a senator, and I thought a conservative senator, Hank Brown, became president of UC in Boulder. Anyway, there's a great deal of pressure to diversity to them means more programs for non-whites and affirmative action for non-whites. And so he formed a blue ribbon commission of about 40 people. And I don't know, I got wind of this some way and then attempted to get 2 people put on this 40-member commission that would represent European American whites. Well, I harassed the hell out of them so much that they finally said yes. And about 2 hours later, no. But in the process, we have really been working very hard, and it's amazing how much progress we're making, or at least we think we're making progress, in getting them to change their ways. And we're engaging professors. Professors are actually communicating with us. Some are angry, some agree with us. But it's interesting, and I as Gordon suggests, activism is where the fun is. I mean, if you get out in the field and work right with people that you don't necessarily like or approve of, but you can treat them reasonably and responsibly, you maybe can make some progress for our cause. I wish we had 100 little organizations as ours. We're not a large organization, but we are, what is it, mighty? We're small, but we're mighty or something of that nature. But thanks anyway for listening. I'm around if anybody wants to talk to me.
If you'd like to contact American Renaissance, feel free to write American Renaissance, Post Office Box 527, Oakton, Virginia, 22124. You can call American Renaissance at area code 703-716-0900. You may fax them at 703-716-0932. The American Renaissance website is www.amren.com. There you'll find a summary of the news, as well as information on ordering books and publications. Renaissance Audiovisual can be contacted by writing to P.O. Box 1543, Marietta, Georgia, 30061-1543, or you may write us by email at renaudviz, that's RENAUDVIS, @AOL.com.